Hey guys, my name is Alanna and welcome to my first official YouTube video. I am so excited to be starting out here on YouTube. I have, no joke, wanted to do this for like, I think 4 years now, and I was just too chicken to begin with, and then I just procrastinated for a really long time, and yeah, now I'm finally here. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on this makeup look right here. This is kind of a Go To Glam. I switched it up a little bit from what I normally do, and I really like how it turned out. So if you would like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay, you guys, so let's get right into it. So first off, I like to start my makeup with my eyebrows. No particular reason, that's just how, I don't even remember when I started doing that, but that's just how I like to do it. So I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade Blonde. So I'm just going to take the spoolie end and brush out my eyebrows. Make sure they're all nice. And then I'm just going to go right ahead and fill them in. Okay, so I've done my eyebrows. They're not perfect, but that's fine. I usually go in and retouch them later. But next step, I'm going to clean up the area around my eyebrows. So I'm going to be taking my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and I will be using this Sigma F75 concealer brush. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and clean up around my brows. Okay, so next step, I am going to prime my eyelids before I go onto eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my eyelids and then blend it out and set it with some setting powder. You can really use any concealer or eyeshadow primer. Anything works. Okay, now that I have primed and set my eyes and I look a little crazy, I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow. So today's look, I'm going to be doing a kind of orangey bronze look, if that makes any sense. This is my typical go-to look because I have blue eyes and orange really brings out blue eyes. So that is why I do this look. Anyways, so I'm going to be starting with the Kylie Cosmetics Nice palette. And I'm going to be dipping into the shade Lullaby, which is this like orangey shade right here. And I'm going to be taking a Sephora blending brush. This is number 27. And I'm just going to kind of use this as my transition shade. And just warning you guys, I kind of go all over the place with my eyeshadow. I'm really bad at explaining it. Sorry in advance, this is just what I do when it comes to my own face. So here we go. Okay, I feel like this is not giving me enough color. Like, it's really light. I think you can't even see it on camera. So I'm gonna dip into the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe, and I'm going to pick up this shade here. I don't know the name of it. I lost the paper that has all the names of the shades, so very sorry. And I'm going to take that same brush and just kind of go over that shade I just put. Okay, so I feel like that definitely gave me more of what I was looking for, and it's picking up a little better on camera, at least I hope. And yeah, so next I'm going to step into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to mix around burnt orange and raw sienna, but mainly raw sienna, and put it just in my crease a little bit below this transition shade. I think I'm going to take this Sephora brush. It's a little bit more tapered. It is the number 19. Okay, so now I'm going to start dipping into some browns. So I'm going to go back into the Nice palette and I'm going to pick up Santa Baby, which is the shade right here. And I'm going to be using this little blending brush. It comes from the Kylie Cosmetics Peach palette. And I'm just going to take some of that brown and focus it on like the outer corner and I guess a little on my crease, just to bronze up the look. Okay, I feel like I want to add a little bit more brown, maybe darken it up a little bit. So I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette and use this shade here, again with that Kylie brush, and just kind of plop that in the outer corner, dragging it a little bit into the crease. Okay, so for some reason my camera didn't record a little section, so I'm just going to voice over to explain what's going on. So now I'm just putting a shimmer eyeshadow on my lid. I'm using a BH Cosmetics concealer brush. It's the number 112, and I just sprayed it with a little Fix Plus, and then went ahead and dipped into the Carly Bible Deluxe palette and just mixed together these three shimmer and highlighter shades, and I'm just packing that onto my lid. Okay, so I'm just going to blend out the edges a little bit. I don't know if the shimmer is picking up well on camera, but that's fine. I didn't want it to be too shimmery anyways. Okay, next I'm going to move on to eyeliner. I personally don't like to use gel or liquid liner anymore. I used to wear liquid liner like every day, but I just find it's a little too harsh on me and I like something a little bit more subtle. So I personally use eyeshadow for my eyeliner. I use normally a dark brown eyeshadow. Every once in a while I'll do liquid liner, but it's very rare. And yeah, I still do a wing liner. I just use eyeshadow. So back into the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to be taking this shade right here, this dark brown, which is Cypress Umber. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And I am taking this Sephora, what do you call this? Oh my god, I'm blanking. The Sephora angled brush. It's from their Minnie Mouse collection from some time ago. And yeah, I always do a winged liner because I have relatively downturned eyes. So I need like that wing to lift and make my eye shape look nicer. And yeah, so basically I'm just going to do the same as you would do with a gel or liquid eyeliner. So I kind of, like, as much as I can, I tight line with the shadow, then I make a little line for my wing and connect it, and that's pretty much it. A little a little trick when you are doing winged eyeliner, if you're having trouble, look straight into your mirror and do the line for your wing looking straight, because then that's how it's gonna look. Whereas a lot of people do their wing with their eyes closed and then they don't like how it looks, and that's usually because let's say like me, I have downturned eyes. So if I close my eyes and just follow along the line and do my wing, it's not going to be facing upward as much as I would like it to be, because that's just not the shape of my eye. So this is just an easy little trick. And also the big plus side about doing eyeliner with eyeshadow is that it's so easy to fix if you mess it up, whereas liquid liner is really hard to fix. So even if you are doing liquid liner, if you're a beginner at doing your eyeliner, I would suggest doing it with eyeshadow first, and then when you get the right look that you want, go over it with your liquid liner. That's what I used to do. It helps so much. Okay, so my eyeliner is done. It's not like anything crazy. I'm gonna move on to my mascara, but quickly before I do that, I'm just going to start priming my face. So I'm going to be using the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir Drops. I love these. Really helps hydrate your face under your makeup, and it just adds a nice dewy finish. The reason why I do this now and not like not before I start my eyes or anything is because I find the oil and whatnot is just really good to help wipe away like any excess, any like fallout under your eyes. Okay, and I like to do it before my eyelashes because then I give it a little bit of time to sit. So anyways, for today, I'm not going to be putting any fake eyelashes on just because I am going out later, but I'm just going to like a kind of bar type of place, so I don't really care to put on fake eyelashes. So I'm just going to put on mascara. I'm a psychopath and I put on 3 mascaras. These are all drugstore mascaras. So I start with the CoverGirl Lash Blast. Yeah, and then I put the, what is this one? Is this L'Oreal? Oh yeah, the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and then last but not least, the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. Oh, and also this one, if you are someone who has like straight eyelashes, this really helps keep them, I find this really helps keep them curled after you've curled them. I don't have that problem right now because I recently got a lash lift. So I would say they all have different purposes, but these are kind of both volume mascaras, and I don't know. This is like my favorite. Anyways, I'm gonna stop babbling and just put on my 100 layers of mascara. Mascara, I just, girl! Sister just effed me up. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. I just don't want my mascara to dry. Okay, so mascara is on. Lashes are ready to go. Next, I'm going in with a second primer. And this is because I have pretty large pores, so I always need to put like a pore blurring primer. So I'm going to be going in with the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and put that pretty much everywhere. Okay, the next step is completely optional. This is just an extra step that I like to do because I don't like being pale, and also you can't really tell on camera. My face is always lighter than my body, no matter what. So I like to go in with this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Topaz. I put this all over under my foundation to bronze up my face. So I put a little pump on my hand. And it just really helps give you an extra bit of glow and color. I'm going to use this oval brush from the brand Pure to blend that all out. If you're someone who makes your foundation a little bit darker than what you should, then this is really good to help match your neck without having to put too much powder bronzer. Okay, so hopefully you can tell it added a little bit of bronziness, a little bit of glow, and for even more glow, another unnecessary step that I like to do is I like to take this Farsali Jelly Beam Illuminator. I like to take this is jelly, to kind of highlight my face under my foundation so it looks like I have a nice natural glow underneath. So I just put it over here, add some down my nose, and then I'll put on my Cupid's bow and I just blend that all in. So next we're going to move on to foundation. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. My shade is, I don't know, 366C Buff Bisque. I don't know. Anyways, I got this almost a year ago and I really loved it, and I stopped using it for some reason, and then I have just rediscovered my love for it. And to blend in my foundation, I'm going to be using these new brushes of mine. These were sent to me. Oh, I have them here. This oval brush set. This is from my makeup brush set, and I feel like such a real YouTuber because I have a discount code. So if you go to the My Makeup Brush Set website and you use the code IG15Alan, which like I know, you can get 15% off your entire order. I am obsessed with these. This makes makeup application so much easier and so much quicker, so I highly recommend. And like, how pretty are they? Okay, I'm gonna shut up now and stop being an annoying person. And yeah, I have a little blemish right here. I'm actually just gonna color correct that real quick and conceal it. So I'm just gonna go into my NYX color correcting palette and put a little green. I just have a little bit of redness. And yeah, so let's just go right in with foundation. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to concealer. As you can probably already tell, I have extremely large and dark under eye circles, which is my least favorite thing about my face, but you know what? You win some, you lose some. So I'm going to go back into my NYX color correcting palette, and I'm going to take this like pinky shade here that's almost finished, and I'm going to take this end of this dual-ended Morphe brush. This is the E26. So I'm going to take the concealer end and I'm just going to color correct under my eyes. I'm just going to go and blend that out with my beauty blender. Okay, so next, and I'm just forewarning you because I have extremely dark under eye circles and I hate them, I use a buttload of concealer. So I've already color corrected, and now I'm going to move on to my NARS concealer that I used earlier with that same Sigma concealer brush. Okay, so next I'm going in with another concealer. I am using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye in the shade Medium. This is also one of my favorites that I stopped using for a little while and recently picked it back up. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on my hand, and still with that same Sigma concealer brush. And just side note, this is like completely unnecessary to put this much concealer. Obviously, if you don't have crazy under eye circles or any at all, just skip this please, because it's very unnecessary unless you really need it, which I do. Okay, I'm going to move on to cream contour now. For cream contour, I like to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast. I just find it very easy to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a couple lines here, carve out them cheeks. I like to do this here to make my lips look bigger, contour my lips. And then I'm going to contour my nose. I'm not really good in nose contour, and it like stresses me out because if you do it wrong, then you can make your nose look worse. So I like to focus on contouring the tip of my nose just because that's harder to screw up. Okay, now that I look like a crazy person, to blend out the face, well, everything but the nose, look psycho, I'm going to be using this Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. Okay, and to blend out the nose contour, I'm going to be using this Morphe M6 brush. Then I'll just go over with my Beauty Blender just to make sure there's no harsh lines. So next I'm just going to bake my face a little. I'm going to be using the Too Faced setting powder. I left the thing in my vanity. I just have the cap with the powder in it. And I'm just going to take a Beauty Blender. I use a second Beauty Blender for this because I just don't like the way it goes on with a damp Beauty Blender. So I use a dry Beauty Blender, but that's just me being picky. So I'm just going to bake a little over here. Okay, so I don't like to use setting powder, like translucent setting, whatever. I don't like to use setting powder under my eyes because I find it just makes them look too dry. And I find once I wipe away the powder, it looks like it took off some of my concealer. Like it looks a bit darker under my eyes. So I'm going to be using this foundation powder from Rachel Schultz Cosmetics. Rachel Schultz is a cosmetics counter in Avanti Spa in Montreal, if you guys don't know. I'm going to go back with that Beauty Blender and just dab it in here. And dab it in. Mainly in the inner corner, because that's where I need the most coverage. And I'll bake a little on the sides of my nose though. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe away that powder. I'm just taking the light end from the Shade and Light Kat Von D brush. Okay, so next I'm going to go back into my Jaclyn Hill palette to do underneath my eyes, under my lower lash line. And I'm going to be using this Sigma E30 pencil brush. And I'm going to lightly go into that transition shade that I had used, this like orange shade here. And put that along the lower lash line, very lightly though. And then I'm just going to go back in with Santa Baby from the Nice palette and put that over. Okay, now I'm just going to put some mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to go back in with my CoverGirl Clump Crusher. Okay, now I'm going to bronze up my face. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in medium / deep matte bronze. And I'm going to use this like big fluffy fan brush from Morphe. It is the E5. This is my favorite brush to put on bronzer and bronze my neck. Okay, now moving on to blush. I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Illuminating, it says bronzing powder, but it's blush, in Maui 3, like this. And I'm taking this like random brush. I have no idea where it's from. I know it's not exactly a blush brush, but that's what I use. Okay, now for highlight, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Highlighter in Hustle Baby. This is the mini one. I got this in a value pack of, it came with the mini highlighter and the mini lip gloss. I'll link it down below. Oh, I forgot to say that before. Everything I'm using is going to be linked down below. And for highlighter, I like to apply it with a Beauty Blender. This is a trick I learned from watching Jaclyn Hill. And I just love the way it goes on. Hello. Okay, and to highlight my nose, I like to use the highlighter, these two from the Carly Bible palette. I just find they're so pigmented that it's just perfect for nose highlight if I could find my brush. I'm just going to use this like pencil liner brush from DH Cosmetics. It is the number 106. So I'm just going to mix those two and make a line down the bridge of my nose. And then a little dot on the tip. I'm also quickly going to highlight my brow bone in the inner corner of my eyes. Okay, and now moving on to lips. We're basically done after this. Thank God. I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors DESIxKATY collab. I have two of them. Mine are really dirty. These are No Shade and More Creamer Please. And I love these, but I can never remember which one it is that I like the most. They're both nudes, just one is a little bit darker than the other. First of all, my lips are like really dry right now, which is not a thing. I don't know, maybe I'll mix them both. Okay, I feel like it's No Shade that I like more. This was More Creamer Please. I'm gonna just put No Shade. Unfortunately, because this collection was limited edition, these are no longer for sale, but I will try and find dupes. Okay, this isn't my favorite, but I'm going to add a gloss over top, which will help. So I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics So Cute gloss. Okay, you guys, so that is it for today's look. That's it for today's video. I'm so sorry that this is probably like a million years long, but it's my first video. Cut me some slack, please. I will try my best to be faster next time. But anyways, I will stop talking now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please give it a thumbs up. That would mean so much to me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video.